Everybody, welcome to the Jankyard. I'm your host, The Treatment, and I'm back with another replay commentary, this time for the collection match of Mitch, or Mitchums, as I like to say, versus the King of Burn, Brancus himself. And we're just going to hop right into it. The last match I just covered a couple minutes ago, if you were joining me, is Asterix versus Inquisitor. It was a very fast 2-round game, 17 dice, and this one, I don't know how it's gonna go, but it can always end up in a similar thing when you're playing against Brancus. He's got a very aggressive burn list this collection, and Mitch, he plays a Rowan deck where his first few turns are very draw heavy, and the whole thing is if you can get your elephant, your chimera, on board, then you have the ability to catch up in just a couple turns if you have the refresh. But if you don't, then you are in a bit of a pickle. So I'm curious how he will play round one, knowing that he's facing not only a higher life total in Jessa with 19 life, but also in Brancus's style of deck if he's made any adjustments. So Brancus rolled the most basics, and he chooses to go first. Typical of a burn player to choose to go first. You usually want the top of round one and the potential for top of round three to just straight up win. So I'm guessing that we're going to see on his side Glory, Light Swordsman, and maybe a Sonic. He could even be packing Fear to have the potential to remove a Chimera if it comes down. Curious whether he decides to play his Salamander or not. And then Mitch probably going to be Generosity, Discovery, Twilight Alchemist, maybe even a Diver, and yeah, just try and draw. I don't remember, does he have Abundance in his list? Who cares, let's just go ahead and see what's going on here. Brancus's turn, plays the Lightbringer. Makes a lot of sense. Once you open it up and you've got, I think, Widows on his list, it's a nasty counterpunch. But right away meditates a Light Swordsman. Rough. And Mitch is going to play Generosity. Very similar to what we just saw. It wants to draw into all your options. Slightly different needs. Ritualist is going to come down for a Chant of Revenge. That is another very typical burn list or Brancus style of play. And Mitch is going to play Discovery right off the bat. He got one. Boom. Done. And very smart. He's going to discard a Reverberate so that any others he draws have that punching power. New ideas. Okay. All right. Taking a little bit of inspiration from Carl's decks this year. I think his Herald list where he draws a bajillion and gets everything focused. Very cool, very cool. Straight up draws. Hopefully he got what he wanted. Twilight Alchemist is definitely coming down after this. And it is going to be a Glory into Light Swordsman. All right. So there you have it. And he's meditating away Sympathy, Pain, and Meteor for more lions. All right, there it goes. Twilight. Told you, that's what we want to see. And Brancus, in his very aggressive fashion, is swinging for 2. This, to me, is a mistake. So there's a few things. With Jessa and Astria and any other 4 battlefield Phoenixborn, you know that they don't have the ability typically to clear up, and especially in round 1, it's not like they're going to be playing Meteor. He's not in Nature's Wrath. He doesn't have that sort of self-clear, and so blocking for the sake of 1 damage, but letting him clear up a spot and get a Chant of Revenge token and get free Screams of Departed trigger is not ideal. Especially knowing also that he's got a Lightbringer and that you're gonna want a unit on board to play or to attack when he drops it. This is a bad block. So for those reasons, it's not worth saving the 1 damage, giving the token and everything else. You're probably going to give the token at some point anyway. He could have fear, and you're leaving him a target for fear, which is the one option for self clear. But in general, I'm not a fan of this. There we go. Anyway, that's what I have to say. So 1 damage down, and let's see. Did he put the token down? But did he scream? I don't think he screamed. No. That's one thing I gotta pay attention to the logs for. But he is gonna Chant of Revenge right after that, and now it's over to Mitch's turn. And Mitch is gonna use Rowan to bring back that Alchemist. Okay. Alright. So I understand from Mitch's point of view. I get why he did that. He did it so that he could use Rowan to exhume specifically for the draw, for the filtering. Okay. I sort of take back my... I don't think playing into the Brancus match, that's what you want to do. But I understand from Mitch's point of view, his own game plan is based on the, like, how many cards can I filter until I get my other discoveries. And so for that purpose, you do need Alchemist to die. I just think it's likely that Alchemist is going to die at some point anyway. So it just maybe was a little bit premature, but also I understand that his game plan is, very much like go to the extreme to get all my cards and hopefully get the Chimera round 1. So, okay, I take that back, but nonetheless, I think for a general strategy for people playing into Jessa, that's what you would want to do. So there you go. Lots to say about nothing. Oh, I should also... what should I do? I should probably open up. And I noticed I misspelled both Brancus's name and Inquisitor's name. I'll fix the titles later. Sorry, Fritz. I just joined the commentary. I have 4 now, excluding the one match I just did. I have 4 matches left. 2 are Brancus's matches and 2 are Fred's matches. Fred's are on the longer... Sorry. My goodness. 2 are Shadowfires. 1 is versus Fred, which Shadow said is about an hour-long game. And then his game against me, which was like 2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that. So those are the longer ones. So I'm going to see if I can get through the Brancus ones. But yeah, fear for self-clear. I know. I sometimes I say things and then I immediately take them back. But still, it's not like the best. Moving forward. So we've got Brancus playing Light Swordsman and just sticking to the aggressive play. He's just going to keep punching. And Mitch does draw into his discovery. So, he's so close to his plan coming to fruition. He does have top of round 2, which is really nice. If he didn't, he'd be in a little bit more trouble. But luckily, Rowan also has a high life total. So this is all very good. And another Light Sword. Okay, so he first 5-1 Light Swordsman. He gloried another one. Punch, 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 punch. There you go. Another 2. Done. And what do we see? Open memories for the last discovery. Not what I expected. I did not look at the list. I forgot that he had this. Wow. Playing new ideas, open memories, and generosity. Mitch, he's a wild man, but he's also probably created one of the best Rowans I've seen. So all the props to him for playing this combination of cards. Brancus is going to recur a Light Swordsman and pass because he's got the board open. Oh my goodness. And Mitch does it. He gets his 3 discoveries round 1. Boom. Ditches, Figures in the Fog. Who needs it? The question is, did he draw into the Era's End? That would be huge. That would be huge. Brancus gets another... Is he going to get 2 damage down? What did he do? Yeah, he did. Oh, my goodness. This is where he gets the 2 damage down. What an unbelievable start. 3 Light Swordsmen. Have you guys... I don't even know, Fritz, if you've done this. 3 Light Swordsmen. Round 1. Boom. This is Quais. This is quite the start. Um, Here we go. Snapper. He drew into a snapper. Okay. Okay. Brancus passes. And it is Era's End. He's going to pop off all of these swordsmen. Awesome. Oh man, when you get everything you want, it's gold. All right. So he manages to get the Chimera down, popping off all the swordsmen. Um, yeah, really, really cool. And I mean, Brancus still has 2 dice left. He's got 1 die for Lightbringer and 1 die for. What did he start? Did he start a Fire Archer? Did he start a Fester? Or Fear? I don't know. We're going to see. It's not a Fear because he passed. All right. And Mitch swings. Okay. Interesting. So he swings at face. Now, this is another case where I think you should have swung at the Glory. That's interesting to me. Trying to raise the damage, not removing a unit on board. Huh. Okay. Old Salt. Okay. All right. Well, Brancus is going to get another 2 damage, and he's probably just going to swing at face here. I would guess, yeah. So Mitch is down to 7. Brancus is at 14. Mitch has his Chimera, which he's going to take to top around 2 and most likely swing at the Old Salt. And yeah, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. The raindrops will kill the Glory. You're right. And I mean, you know, he thought that. He didn't know that it wouldn't be a Lightbringer. Instead, it's the Old Salt, and the Old Salt is gonna die. Boom, boom, boom. Still, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So Mitch, this is where Mitch can turn a game around. If he draws into more Era's End, I think he's got Adrenaline Rush as well, or maybe it's Undaunted. He's got Refresh. I don't remember which refreshes he has, if he also has Call to Action, but this is where, in theory, he can counter swing and try and win the race. And it really comes down to what Brancus ends up having, but he can spend almost 7 dice on burn, not to mention Chant of Revenge and Sympathy Pains or Final Cries. Mitch is now going to swing at the Glory. Kill it, deals 3 damage. Uh-oh, counter swing Widows. It happened right off the bat. Boom, there's another 4 damage to face. Not good. Now, I'm going to call it. I mean, obviously, if I was commentating this game live, this is where once you're at 3 life against a Jessa, especially a Jessa who has Chant of Revenge and 8 dice left, as well as the potential for Sleeping Widows or Final Cry, it's game over. There's nothing, unless you have what is it? Not Vanish. Unless you have Vanish, you're not getting out of this. Generosity could help Mitch heal if he does have it, but yeah, it's not good. Now you're just gonna give Scream triggers. Brancus is basically going to win right here. Fire Archer for another one, and Chant of Revenge. Game over. That was very fast. This is round 2. There are only 4 dice spent, so technically this game was faster than the last game by 3 dice. No, by 2 dice. So yeah, that was very fast, very fun. Man, I should have covered these games ages ago. Well, I mean, in this case, let's see. Check the baby monitor. Uh-oh. Sun is stirring. I can try. I'll set up the next stream, and I won't hit. I'll set up the next broadcast, and then I'll only stream it if in the next 2 minutes my son doesn't wake up, and we could probably crack 3 games off of the 5 remaining, and then it's just Shadow Fire's game. Sorry, Shadow. I know I'm putting you at the very end here, but I just gotta squeeze in the games when I can. So that was a super fast game. Very cool. Again, I'm trying to provide commentary at key decision points, because there is, at least if you're a competitive player and you're one of my few viewers, then there's a lot of the straightforward, like, okay, they're going to play their books out, yada, yada, yada. And I'm only going to try and comment when something doesn't happen in the regular sequence of play, and try and explain why those things happened or what to expect from a user or a player. And then also, I hope that, like, if people do join live, then I can also answer any questions. This was a very sort of straightforward match for both players in terms of their game plans. And I think Mitch was going to always be on the back foot unless he had multiple generosities to heal up. He did get his gameplay off, but Brancus just went pedal to the metal. If you are new to the game and you don't really understand the ins and outs of controlling the battlefield, because that's a lot of what Ashes is, you can definitely start with a solid burn deck like this, which has just a lot of, like, I'm just going to drop and swing at face, swing at face, swing at base, and then play my burn spells or my area of effect, meteor, clear the board, and just keep going, right? You're just on that constant engine. Brancus is a great player, fantastic player. He is the king of burn, like I said, and he's got so many cool decks. Jessa is super cool, so I think that's a win for a lot of new players to the game. But also congrats to Mitch as the rookie in my books of the year, who made it this far and who iterated for months and months and months on this Rowan deck, and took it really far and had a lot of really great plays and really great games. This was just the wrong matchup for him. But yeah, both played very well, and off to the next one. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in a few minutes if I can do the last Brancus game. So, if you're not janky, you're stanky. Frog up, wolf down, hoot and toot, and be positive. There you go. Those are the two new ones for Ascendancy. That's why I keep saying them. All right, guys. Catch you in the next stream. Ciao.